All right, so there was breaking news about Pope Francis announcing that priests are allowed to bless same-sex couples. Now, the headline is very tricky because this is shocking news, right? So I did some research and I wanted to know more about this. And basically, from what I pulled from the NPR, they're saying that there's a document that was released, a declaration that was updated by the Vatican, and it was approved by Pope Francis. And basically, what the document is saying, blessings are allowed upon same-sex couples, but they're not saying that they approve of gay marriages. So the headline came off as if it's saying like the Vatican approved gay marriage, but that's not what it's saying at all. So I'm going to play this audio by the NPR, and it's with correspondent Jason DeRose. So it's a 3-minute audio, but I'm going to play the part where they're breaking down the declaration, and the declaration explains what they mean by the priests are allowed to bless same-sex couples.
All right, major news out of the Vatican today. The church has issued a document, one approved by Pope Francis, that says priests may bless same-sex couples. Joining us now to talk about this is NPR religion correspondent Jason DeRose. Hey, Jason.
Hello.
Okay, so this is a huge shift for the Catholic Church, right? Like, what does this new document actually say?
Well, let's start with the name of the declaration. It's called Fiducia Supplicans, which is Latin for supplicating trust. It's about what it means to ask for something in a trusting way. The declaration says that priests may bless same-sex couples that come to them asking for a blessing. It says people ask for all sorts of blessings in their lives, blessings for safe travel, good health, for abundant crops, and that couples in relationships might seek a blessing in that way. It says, quote, the world needs blessings. We can give blessings and receive blessings. The document is also clear that this blessing is on the couple and not on the union itself, and that this blessing in no way should be understood as a marriage, which is a sacrament. In fact, it reiterates the church teaching that marriage is a, quote, exclusive, stable, and indissoluble union between a man and a woman, naturally open to the generation of children.
Okay, I'm so confused. So what is allowed under this document and what is not allowed then?
Well, the declaration goes into more detail on what's not allowed than what is allowed. Anything that resembles the words of the marriage rite are not allowed. This blessing, should a priest agree to do it, should not be done in the context of a worship service, a Catholic Mass, and it should not be done as part of a civil ceremony, such as a priest being present at a courthouse wedding or a backyard wedding. And now what that suggests is something more private, perhaps a small gathering at the couple's home or in the priest's office. And the document says the church should not develop a formal script or liturgy for these blessings.
Okay. So can we just step back then? How does all of this change the teachings of the Catholic Church when it comes to LGBTQ plus individuals?
Well, that's a good question, Elsa. It's clear that this, in some formal way, changes the approach of the church. Blessing same-sex couples has been prohibited. Now it's allowed.
Mm-hmm.
But what this does not do is change the church's teaching on homosexuality. The church still teaches that same-sex sexual attraction is, quote, intrinsically disordered, and that sexual relations between two men or two women is a grave sin. Now that seems contradictory to say, given this new document, but what's clearly going on here is a very public evolution of the church's thinking. An evolution that might give gay, lesbian, and bisexual Catholics hope, and it might bring them closer to the church rather than always feeling rejected by their religion.
Well, then how does this evolution, as you put it, fit into the overall context of Pope Francis's time as Pope?
Well, it's been clear since the start, over a decade ago, that Francis has been more open to change than many previous popes, maybe only comparable to the massive changes that took place in the 1960s during Vatican II. Francis has repeatedly said the church needs to be more open, more loving, less rule-bound. Remember, early in his papacy, he was asked about same-sex couples, and he said, "Who am I to judge?" That openness on this issue and other issues, such as divorced Catholics or transgender Catholics, has helped make Francis extremely popular, especially with younger folks. At the same time, we've also seen some conservative Catholic bishops and cardinals being openly critical of Francis, even saying his changes are leading people away from the true faith.
That is NPR religion correspondent Jason DeRose. Thank you, Jason.
You're welcome.
So tell me what you guys think. This was very interesting because for years, a lot of religions, they try to condemn same-sex marriages, same-sex couples, and they always try to like shun the idea of being gay. So this was very interesting. And I'm sure the Vatican or Pope Francis or whoever in the Catholic Church, maybe they're trying to open up more. Maybe they're trying to be more understanding. I don't know. But it's very, very interesting that fast forward years later, this is happening. So tell me what you guys think. Comment below, subscribe, and have a good day.